damn it, I'm Vince McMahon. I'm the damn chairman of the board. Now get down on your knees and suck McMahon's ass. That's right. You like that? You like that? You like sucking McMahon? You like being a part of the Kiss My Ass Club? What'd you say? Did you say you didn't want to do that? Oh, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to love it. You're going to go out there in front of everybody, in front of all these people, and you're going to tell them, you're going to say, Vinnie Mac, I love that sack. Vinnie Mac, I love that sack. He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke. I'm about to dial it up. Vince McMahon, a filthy slut. I'm about to dial it up. Put a sack in Ryback, his butt crack. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry for the late start. It's going to be a shorter show than usual. We have no Connor from OKFabe tonight. And we have a very, very sick man that coughs up blood all over the place. His name is Jake DeMarco, and he's here tonight despite that.
Here with you crazy bastards. Ready to party.
Oh, shit, already.
Oh,
Mike Litteris. Fuck Raw. Raw gave me AIDS. Fuck Raw. Fuck him.
We planned this spot all day. I want you to jam it on. Whoa, oh, oh, it's in your bunghole. Love that song.
We planned the spot all day. I just want to jam it in. You know what? I wish. I love that song too, Mike Litteris. In fact, I love it so much, I'd love to hear it right now. Somebody donate $200. Nah.
Anybody?
Mike Litteris. Appreciate that, Mike Litteris.
Somebody.
Actually, you know what? The other night on the Raw review, I think it was.
Yeah, it was on the Raw review.
Yeah, Nate from VA dropped $200 in Super Chat, so that's actually happened. So, but thank you, man.
It triggered.
That was badass. Wow, in stereo, Jinx or gay?
Together. Oh, yeah, Coke and a poke.
What the fuck? And sometimes, like, I'm surprised. Sometimes when you say weird shit like that, it just blows me away. I'm like, what the? I did not expect that out of him. You know?
Gotta keep him few and far between to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, sparkle motion.
Oh, you know something I noticed the other day before we get into anything? This is really weird, Jake. I was listening to the SmackDown opening song.
Let me see if I can find it from a little while back. I'm faded. That song, remember that?
Yeah.
What the hell is it? Is this it? No, it was like, what year was it? 2017? Maybe it was 18?
16? It was the one before they changed again, so.
Yeah, it got screwed. Let me see if this is it.
It was a shit theme.
Is it really 16? Oh, it is 16. Yeah, so I was listening to this, and I realized it sounded a lot like a certain song that I made, and I was like, I wonder if I ripped that off from them, because, what is it, the Tommy song? It's like, what Tommy song is? Tommy's So Fake? It sounds like the Tommy Is So Fake donation. Listen to the Tommy Is So Fake. I'm going to play the comparison. This is the part. It sounds like I ripped this off.
Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so.
So it reminded me when I was listening to it, I heard that part where it sounds like this. Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so fake. Tommy's so fake. Whoa. Oh. My voice is fucked up. I'm sorry.
Fake. So goddamn fake.
I must have been listening to that song or something. I made the fucking exact same fucking. Oh, Tommy's so
I can
fake.
hear the somewhat, general nature between the two. I think it's more parallel thinking than anything.
Well, no, it's just that it was, accident.
Thoughts on the
Yeah,
whole
there's
Pac
so many,
situation, and do
you're
you
not
think John
the
Moxley
Chili Peppers.
replaces Pac on Saturday? Also, the card for NXT TakeOver is on fire next 2 Saturdays for wrestling. Goddamn.
Yeah, like I said, this May is going to be insane. I mean, we knew this was happening, man. I mean, it's just so insane right now. Bastard Pac, thank you. John
Because
Moxley.
it wasn't him wanting to lose to Hangman Page. It was, Hangman Page said he didn't mind losing. It's because the program goes into facing Kenny Omega, and Omega didn't want to lose. They didn't want Omega to lose to Pac.
Yeah, I get why they did it. I don't think it's as nefarious as people think. It's not like, oh, he's a scumbag or whatever. It's more just like, no, it just doesn't work with what he was going for and what he's doing and everybody else, and I don't have a big problem with it myself. Thank you, Mike Litteris, and thank you, Bastard Pac.
Yeah, it's less of a dramatic deal than
It
what
just
everybody
sucks we're
made it out
not
to
seeing
be.
it. It's mad we're not seeing it. That's the problem.
Well, they aired the match, basically what we would have gotten yesterday.
It was really good, too.
It was a good match, and it ended
good.
as it should. And
It was on a smaller scale because it could have been on a bigger, it should have been on a bigger stage.
big event, but
And I was really looking forward to that one, too. That's what really sucks about it.
yeah, I was as well. But at least they still gave us something. They didn't just shit can it entirely. Plus, now we don't know, if Paige is going to have another match at a Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said he definitely would, but it's like
We don't know.
Doesn't-
It could be Moxley. We could, there's a lot of people saying it will be, won't be.
no
No matter what, they'll do something.
I wonder what they were planning on originally.
I mean, the thing they had leading up to it with being the Elite was hilarious. I'm a fucking horse.
Dude, when he yelled, "I'm a fucking horse" out the window, I was fucking dying.
It was great. What's on this shirt? It's a horse. It's a fucking horse.
It's a fucking horse.
There's just a lot of tension building up with WWE for AEW at this point. And let me know if a donation comes in because I can't hear. But AEW, basically, Jim Ross is saying that they gave him a new lease on life, allowing him to commentate. Excuse me. And he really hasn't had anything to do since the Greatest Royal Rumble in Raw 25. He said he stopped shaving, stopped answering the phone, just became very depressed. And he said he started to disappear in his career, and he wasn't ready to. He felt like he had something left to offer. He said he has plenty of miles left on his tires.
Right.
And he says when this 3-year deal is done, then he'll sign another. He says that he has so much left to give, and you can't do anything about yesterday. That's history. Affect today and today only. So he's really excited and nervous and itching to go for Saturday. He's all in. But it's just refreshing to hear him so excited for something again.
Right.
He's, truly reinvigorated.
I'm
and then
excited
WWE is finally addressing AEW. I guess they brought it up for the first time before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Stephanie McMahon brought it up in the back. And they kind of made their own comments beforehand saying that they're surprised they're charging so much for the pay-per-view. And they took a few little digs at them. And they also said afterwards that they're surprised Jericho's making such remarks about Brock Lesnar because isn't AEW supposed to be an alternative to WWE, not direct competition?
Yeah, well, dude, listen. And I'm not trying to go after Cody or anything like that. This is not me trying to attack Cody or anything. Everything he says in regards to, like, hateful spite against WWE has been a lie. Listen, Vince Russo is a dinosaur. Vince Russo didn't even do anything. It was Vince McMahon who wrote. Last I checked, Vince McMahon wrote WWE. It's not Vince Russo. That's from Cody Rhodes' mouth. Vince Russo didn't write anything. Vince McMahon makes all the decisions. I hated the Attitude Era. I thought that was the worst time in wrestling. Shock factor's out the window, man. All that weird humor and stuff like that, that's all out the window.
And then they had to make a posting saying, like, we want to make sure that everybody's included. Gay, bi, straight, transgender.
But then penises come down to the ring, and guys are bleeding. You had an opening Royal Rumble spot that was kind of weird where a guy grabbed another guy's dick, and what's-his-face is dressed like a woman, and all this shit's going on. And then your wife literally gets slammed by the dick of Joey Ryan, and yet you have said shock factor's out the window, and these guys were all gross and stuff like that, and Vince Russo didn't write anything. That's from Cody Rhodes' mouth. And then, on top of that, they said, they're not the Attitude Era, and this isn't going to happen, and that's going to happen. Every second, it does happen, though. And then you say, we're not going to worry about them at all. We're only focused on what we do. But yet, multiple people are taking shots at them all the time. And WWE's taking shots at them, which I get. But they're also firing back and involved in it.
Yeah, so, WWE now said that the more they bring in ex-WWE guys and take shots at WWE, it just reminds them of TNA many, many years back, which I don't think was AEW's plan. And that's a huge insult when you think about it.
Listen, I agree, too.
Yeah, you can't argue that fact.
I agree that it does have that, but the only difference is TNA, I remember, kind of did it wrong, and then they kind of, like, pussed out. The difference is here, I think this is going to be different. It's just going to be different. I swear to God to you.
It's a different time in wrestling, too. But WWE has had no real mainstay competition for over 20 years at this point. Essentially at this point in time. Close to 20 years.
Right.
Almost 2 full decades since they bought out WCW. And even before that, WCW wasn't for, a good 3 years up until they bought them out. They didn't even have any competition left, really.
Yeah, I mean...
So the point is, WWE's kind of, had it easy riding as far as competition goes. So now that something comes up, they're not overly concerned about them, but they're also keeping their eye out, as they said. But with AEW trying to make their own mark, they really should just be focusing on themselves. I know it's just Jericho being a wise ass, being funny, like making comments about Brock's, lack of athleticism and his beer gut and things like that. And that's just Jericho. We get that. But still, now Jericho has to remember he's representing AEW. So,
well,
I get both sides.
Yeah, I get it. But also, if somebody said, and somebody wanted to go after Jericho, they were like, oh, well, Jericho's a 50-year-old in the main event of AEW. He's just like Lesnar. But it's like, well, no, I don't think it is, because Jericho, while being in the main event of AEW, he's not coming down at the end of a match to win this prestigious Money in the Bank. He's actually involved in a storyline that's been built for over a year. That's now crashing into AEW. So he's helping them to build something. He's not running down and grabbing the briefcase at the end of the match and being like, ha ha ha. Like, that's not 50-year-old Jericho. 50-year-old Jericho is helping the company. It's just a different argument. I get the point, but it's just a different argument. And real quick, let me play a couple of these donos.
Give me that hell yeah!
So is it not cool to hear about Ashley Massaro and look her up online, and be like hot pics then have a tug-o-war with Cyclops? Hashtag asking for a friend, hashtag Horekamese the gook.
Well, honestly, Rodzilla, thank you for the 316. Honestly, Rodzilla, oh shit. Honestly, quite honestly, man, whatever you want to do. At this point, you know, it's kind of like a salute. It's one last tug for Ashley. So the way I see it as an honorable thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're like shooting the fireworks off. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
A 21 gun salute.
Yeah, it's like a 21 cum salute. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's like a positive thing. It's like you're not even here anymore, and guys are still doing this. I mean, all honesty, it's like wicked sad, and it's horrible, and it's disgusting to say that in a way, especially with the allegations that are going on. But you know what I mean. In the end, I have to laugh. I just can't focus. I already had because I did look down and thought, man, this is just fucking horrible. You know, so I get it. It sucks. It's a miserable thing. It's a horrible thing what happened. I feel bad for her daughter and whatever else. You know, I know that Rebby Hardy doesn't feel bad, but
talk about.
What did you think about that? I mean, like, that was just like, why would you even say anything? I love Rebby, you know. I mean, I do. She's a savage fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Rebby and Ashley have been battling each other on Twitter
forever.
You know, for as old as time at this point. And
well, I remember
Rebby's originally tweet, you know, her emoji there had nothing to do with her passing. It was just poorly timed. And then everybody lashing out at Rebby saying like, oh, that's uncalled for and you're ridiculous. How could you be so crass and cold? And Rebby's like, you know, fuck you. I don't even care. And, you know, she just gets defensive and makes herself look worse. She dug such a deeper hole. So, initially, I guarantee it had nothing to do with Mazzaro's passing. But she could have handled that a lot better. But she's so firm in her stance that she can't even concede and be like, well, it wasn't about her, but I'm sorry if anybody took offense. Instead, she just immediately says, fuck you all, and she'll burn it down.
Well, one of the other things we could get into is the SmackDown ratings. They went to shit again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're up again, but they're still lower. You know,
they're below 2 million.
2 million.
They're below 2 million. But see, this is a post pay-per-view, so like even Raw the other night, when some of the places were like, oh, you know, Raw does the best it's done, whatever. It was just like. Not really, because it always goes up after a pay-per-view. So if you look at the numbers that Raw did after a pay-per-view the whole year, it's the lowest.
Yeah, it's drastically bad. And I mean, they haven't gotten themselves above that 2 million goal that they need to, and this is not a good thing for Fox, you know.
Right.
It's a 0.61 share in that 18 to 49 demographic that they're seeking after.
Yeah, this is not
good. And all right, well, it's second behind the NHL conference final between, you know, San Jose and St. Louis. Mm-hmm. All right, that's all well and good. But it's still, you know, you figure the Miz's reality show is getting a 0.37, so half of that is still continuing onwards. You used to be able to bring in such better ratings, and, you know, I don't see them getting a big boost back anytime soon. Yeah, they had a slight growth for Lesnar and being after a pay-per-view, but it wasn't enough. And people are really unhappy with again, the Super Showdown coming up.
Well, also real quick to throw out there, they had that little experiment where they took down their YouTube uploads during the shows. I don't know if they're still doing that, but they did see, I would say, maybe like 50 to 80,000 increase, it seemed like, or at least a difference. By maybe only 50,000, but there was a slight difference. You know, with some people watching the show because they didn't have the YouTube uploads anymore, but I feel like that barely made a difference whatsoever. I mean, I don't know what they thought was going to, you know, really change from that.
I wish I had the exact numbers on that because I think it made more of a difference for Raw than SmackDown, honestly, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just floundering at this point in time, and I don't see them recovering anytime soon. There's so many issues at this point in time. They're really rubbing people the wrong way with so many things.
Yeah, they really are. It's really bad.
Dolph Ziggler coming back is simply a remedy to fix the fact that, Kevin Owens is unwilling to travel to Saudi.
Yes, exactly.
So now you're going to start a new program for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, people said, oh, he's back. And I said, well, he's only back until the Saudi's over. I mean, this is once Saudi Arabia's done, they're done. I mean,
yeah, then he'll disappear. And he did a hell of a job with that promo last night. He usually knocks those emotional, sentimental ones out of the park.
My problem is he kind of has been saying the same thing.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's very believable and he's passionate, but
I agree. He's just,
it only resonates so far and with him too, it's odd because Kofi, never had a championship. He never held the title as where Dolph did at one point, and he had the other belt, but still he had the Money in the Bank cash in. He's had some form of higher success than Kofi has. So
right.
It's kind of a odd thing to compare to, but even with the ratings being up slightly, they had 150,000 more viewers. I still don't know what they're going to do in the meantime to force a recovery process.
I don't. They're going to have to. There's going to have to be something that's more interesting than what's going on. What do you think about this dark hour? Because we've got this, when Mick Foley said, oh, the third hour is going to be gritty and all these things, and then the lights went dark, but then the problem was the fucking Benny Hill show happened after that. So it
looked ridiculously stupid with the scramble. The thing is, if they're going to do this, they said that they want to, make the first 2 hours they're family friendly and then not have to bring up the rating, but make things a little bit more interesting for adults in the third hour. Okay, well, you're going to have to show us that, there's a reason to stick around. Maybe they save some of their more edgy promos and matches for that point in time, but we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel
it's just another failed attempt in my eyes to try and, maintain or increase ratings because the decent start to Raw falls off by the third hour. So that's their biggest issue.
Yeah.
A third of their audience either goes to bed or stops caring.
Yeah, I just think there's really not a lot they're going to be able to do with
the wild card rule is a hindrance too, because now not only with Fox coming up in October, they were already stopping the SmackDown house shows soon on Mondays.
Right.
But now they're they have them scheduled through July, but it looks like they're going to have to cancel each one. They've already canceled 2 so far. Mm-hmm. They only rescheduled the first one. The rest are possibly not being rescheduled. And, I understand that they were going to have to move things around, but with the wild card rule being in effect, they kind of have an all hands on deck scenario, even though they're only using a small portion of the roster on Mondays. They can only have 4 to 5 people come over. And typically it's going to be the same people over and over again.
Right.
So yet again, it's not been well received by fans either. Not just the regular fans, but they had another poll go out, and a lot of the people are not thrilled with that, saying that there's less meaning between both shows now than ever. And it makes sense. You're seeing the same feud.
Well, because
instead of only having to deal with it once, now you're dealing with it 2 nights in a row. You're dealing with Roman and Shane on Monday and Tuesday. So if you really don't care for that, you got it twice.
What a joke. What a joke it is. I mean, this has been a joke anyway. But now it's like they're just, it's like it's so bad. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know if they want to have a brand split or not have a brand split. See, what they should have just done is just said, people have home bases. This is where primarily this guy's with this brand. But anybody can go anywhere at any time, in the WWE. However, prominently they're focused on that area. That's all they really had to do, because there's no such thing as a brand
you're guaranteed
split.
to see these stars here and on this show, but the rest can move about freely. Something
Yeah.
The problem is why would let's say I really don't like the Roman and Shane feud. I don't want to see that at all. So I'm going to tune out for that. Now, if it's a 20-minute feud on Monday and 15 minutes on Tuesday, there's 35 minutes minimum that I'm not watching because I don't care for it. It used to be, at least on SmackDown, we get to see something different, a different angle, different people. Now they're repeating, and it's not, when Roman goes to SmackDown, he's not facing SmackDown stars. It's just continuing where it left off from Monday.
Well, not
so
to mention,
it really doesn't feel like a different show at all. It's just a to be continued. They're not using it like they're invading SmackDown. They're using it like it's just left off and it's a continuation. It's a sequel.
Well, not to mention the, if you don't like it one night, then you got to see it the next night. It's kind of just like, oh my Christ, like now you have to see it again. Oh,
exactly. And most of the times it's just a repeat. They're not advancing anything because they don't like to advance storylines on SmackDown. They wait for Raw to continue it. So it's just kind of a small recap or more of the same. And that's a big problem. They should be treating the invasion where Raw stars should be facing SmackDown, mainstays, or SmackDown people come in to fight for Raw titles or come in to fight for Raw tag teams or things but they're not doing it that way. They're just having 2 SmackDown stars come over to Raw and fight against each other again to further their own feud. And it's very foolish at this point. I know they were trying to do it to boost ratings and keep the big stars on both shows, but there's not anyone that has a big enough name to carry that much weight. It's not like where you're having The Rock and Austin on both brands. At this point in time, there's no big enough star. Roman facing Drew and then facing Elias, and then Drew gets the last hit. And like Brian just said, it doesn't work out because people don't care enough for any of these people. You might have a small people that are really passionate about this one person, but it's not a vocal majority.
Yeah, it's a
even Lesnar can't do it for them at this point.
No,
and people are genuinely pissed, and I know I'm not alone. That the freaking belt, the Money in the Bank briefcase, got put on his shoulders.
And again, there may be a payoff, like they, in the long run, this Lesnar stuff will be a payoff probably. Like if he goes to, if he gets beaten by somebody or whatever the case is, there could be a payoff. Like no doubt about it, because people are so mad at him right now for having the Money in the Bank. But it's like. But it doesn't matter because all the damage you do leading up to that. So while there are a few people that are going to still be here to see the payoff and get to experience that with Lesnar whenever that happens, great. But meanwhile, 20% of the crowd left, or 20 people or 20,000 people left, or whatever it is. So it's not worth it.
It's a detriment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like one of the things I had said was it would have been fun. I was talking to my buddy Patrick about it. If not even so much fun, but like to make, the best out of a worst case scenario, why don't they ever go with being daring anymore? I feel like they're so nervous to pull the trigger on anyone. You gave Lesnar the briefcase, so make it matter now. Have, the other night, there's Lesnar in the ring, and you don't know if he's going to cash in on Kofi or Seth. Seth's got the chair, he's waiting for him. What if Seth pulls another, Shield moment and he hits Kofi, and now why did he do that? Well, he didn't turn heel, but he didn't want Lesnar to take his title. Right. So he incapacitates Kofi. Kofi gets pinned. Kofi loses the WWE Championship, and now Kofi and Seth feud going forward, and Kofi can come over with the wild card rule. That gives you a new program because Brock's not going to stay around to defend the WWE Championship. So if he does win either title, he's going to be gone anyways. So at least then Kofi stays busy with Seth and, just do something, like make a big impact with it. But no, apparently Wrestling Observer said it. We guessed and said it, both you and I. You said it on the review. I said it the next night. And it seems like this is what they're going with. Lesnar is supposed to face Rollins at the Super Showdown, and apparently he's going to be cashing in his briefcase Monday.
This Monday?
Yeah, apparently they said that the belief is that Lesnar will indeed
That's right, the
appear.
Bruins. The Bruins are facing the St. Louis Blues. I'm ready for it, yep.
Yeah, exactly. Moreover, the belief is that Lesnar will indeed appear on this week's episode of Raw. They're talking about the up-and-coming, and he'll be, using his briefcase to be featured on the Super Showdown Go Home. So this way he can cash in and face Rollins at the Saudi show.
Wait a minute. He's going to cash in on Monday, but then face him at the Saudi show?
Well, he'll use his briefcase to get the match at the Super Showdown.
I'm confused. He's going to announce that he's cashing in at the Saudi show?
Well, no, he's going to cash in his briefcase to get a match. Similar to what Braun did and Cena and other people have done before that.
No fucking way. That's where they're going to do that again? That's fuck off. Go
Meltzer's
fuck
talking
off.
About here and a few
fuck
others.
Fuck you, Meltzer, you asshat dickhead.
You're
an idiot.
Moreover, the belief is that Lesnar will indeed appear on next week's
You're
episode
an idiot
of Raw.
for believing that, Meltzer.
He'll be featured on the Go Home episode June 3rd before finally facing Rollins on June 7th in Saudi.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had the same thing. I said the same thing during the Raw review, though. I said I could picture him saying that's because I thought it was advertised that he had the match against Seth Rollins.
Lesnar will not do that. That is retarded. It was dumbass retard Braun Strowman who did that. Lesnar's not going to do that. There's no way.
I hope not. But I could see them doing that because
no, not again. That makes that thing meaningless again.
It's close to meaningless now already. I mean, they already had the women's cash in the same night, and
yeah, but this would really like.
I don't disagree with you at all. But I said to you that night, I was confused because I thought there was already an announcement from WWE at one point of that they were going to have the match of Brock and Seth at Super Showdown. And then come Money in the Bank time, that was taken away, and it was no longer on the WWE website. So I guarantee I could see them. It's a fucking terrible idea, but I could certainly see them doing that. Saying that, we're going to, we'll choose to cash in his contract against Seth Rollins at Super Showdown. I would want to blow my brains out if they do that, but
I can't explain the type of rage and retard that would be if they did that.
Oh,
that
absolutely.
Ruins.
Because he was set to defend against Brock at the Saudi show on the 7th. And that match was pretty much announced previously to happen. And now, Brock Boombox Lesnar rocking out to, Blumpkin Cunt Pussy Juice.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, it's a terrible idea, but I'm certainly not the only one to have that thought, obviously. It's just, talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
You got that Blumpkin. Let's play a donation or two here real quick. Let's see what people are saying.
Give me a hell yeah!
Let's party like Herb Abrams. Shout out to the chat. Love to Joe, Jay, Get Better Soon, and Connor from Himmelfarb.
Thank you, Gorilla Strong. Shout out to Connor. He was working tonight. He couldn't be here. He's got a different job or whatever right now, so he just had to be there for that. So he was regretful he couldn't be here, and of course, Jake is sick, so.
Gorilla Strong's the man.
Gorilla Strong's the main man.
Give me a hell yeah!
I wanna come in Ashley Massaro's dead corpse.
Oh,
R.I.P. those tits.
Jesus. Oh my God. Mike Litteris. What else could you expect from Mike Litteris? You got that Blumpkin. Cunt. Pussy juice. My favorite part of that song is the end when I go, size of a goddamn moose.
Yeah, there's even an article we'll talk about in a second. I know there's another donation coming.
Spaz. AEW, AEW, and then a bunch of poop emojis, which is, to me, like, it doesn't get any better than poop emojis like that, man. Thank you, Spaz. What up, brother? What up, brother fucker? Brother fucker, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, this is from a source, excuse me, outside of Meltzer. It says, according to Give Me Sport, Lesnar may decide to cash in his opportunity to face Rollins at the June 7th Super Showdown at the King Abdullah International Stadium in Jeddah. So it's not just Meltzer either. This was actually posted before Meltzer's. Like I said, awful idea, but it's kind of a popular consensus at this point.
Wait, that what?
That Brock would cash in to face Seth at the Super Showdown.
I mean, I could see him cashing in, like
like
out
there's
nowhere.
already a match and then he cashes in. But no, they're saying that he would use the briefcase to schedule a match against Seth and lose. Seth would win.
Yeah, I pictured that too. But it's like,
so they're saying it's going to be a failed cash in.
I thought so too, because he's all like, "I got the thing, ha," and then they're going to build the guy even more by him not being able to cash in.
Yeah,
but
they're just doing it to build Seth at this point, because Lesnar doesn't have anything scheduled past the Super Showdown at this point in time. He doesn't even have anything for SummerSlam scheduled either yet.
That just sucks.
It's a terrible idea. I agree with. That's why I said I wish they would do something epic with it. If they're going to give it to Lesnar, then make him do something special and memorable.
I gotta believe Meltzer's on drugs.
But It's just it is disappointing.
I mean, I just don't believe what Meltzer's saying.
Well, no, that was somebody else besides Meltzer. I just closed the article now. Whoever I said before, there was other sites that reported that before Meltzer even brought it up on his podcast.
Well, what do you want to talk about next? You want to go into the Ashley Massaro stuff next, or you have more?
Yeah, I mean, I read the entire affidavit, all 15 pages, and I mean, it's a full signed, sworn affidavit from Ashley Massaro, signed under penalties of perjury on November 1st, 2017. And this lawsuit was, put through, yes, by not the most reputable of lawyers, but, I mean, she's, the affidavit is signed and sworn under the penalties of perjury, and she said that she was making the statement freely and voluntarily. And she gives a kind of a highlight of her career starting in 2005 with the WWE. And even then she states about how she won the Divas search in 2005. Mm-hmm. It entitled her to $250,000 in prize money in a 1-year contract with the WWE. And she wrestled until July of 2008. And once she won the Divas search, she asked John Laurinaitis and Stephanie McMahon directly to go ahead and allow her to go to training at OVW. And they turned her down. They said no, because she had already built up basically like a good rapport with fans, and she would not have to. They said that they specifically told her she would not have to wrestle, and she would serve as the face of the women's division. However, 1 week from the day I won the competition, I was thrown into a wrestling match and forced to perform in a wrestling match. I had no training at the time, and I did not know how to safely execute any moves or be on the receiving end of any moves. As a result of being immediately thrown into a grueling schedule, I immediately began sustaining injuries. So she said, she went to ask to be trained at OVW. They turned her down, and they said that, trying to make it sure it's accurate as possible, they said that she would lose her spot and they would not give it back. The reason for this was that I had been fortunate enough to develop a strong fan base while participating in the Diva Search competition, and I wouldn't be able to rekindle this magic, so they went ahead and they told her just to continue learning on her off time. And from there, while practicing with the match with Tori Wilson, during the rehearsal, she said she performed a move on me known as a neck breaker. Again, I did not know how to safely be on the receiving end of this move, and as a result, I was knocked unconscious for 5 minutes. I received no treatment for the concussion. Trish Stratus, who advised me to shake it off, was only trying to help. She gave me this advice because she knew from experience that I would get in trouble if I spoke up. This continues, Joe, for pages and pages, basically. It just goes on to show how many times she was injured and concussed, knocked out unconscious, and ultimately she had herniated discs in C4 and 5 of her vertebrae in her neck. Then when she was injured badly in the Women's Battle Royal, she suffered a large fracture that went around her leg bone twice, and a piece of the bone became loose. Jesus. She had to undergo surgery and have a 5-inch metal plate, 8 screws, and staples placed in her leg. She was placed in a cast, and she said I should clearly not have been performing while I recovered from the surgery. However, a storyline was written very shortly after where Mickie James was to kidnap me, and I was supposed to fall out of a chair during a match so the camera would have a better angle to capture Mickie James and Trish Stratus. So she got re-injured during that. The revisionary surgery from that re-injury also damaged her ankle. So then she had to have surgery on her ankle. And this kid was treated very poorly. She was injured multiple times. And it all leads into 2007, where she was serving as basically like a representative for the WWE with the U.S. military in Kuwait.
Yep.
And she alleges here that she was brutally raped by a doctor on site at a treatment facility overseas in Kuwait at a medical building. Originally, she was complaining of cramps, she said, from menstrual cramps, and she wanted to just go back to the Humvee. The U.S. Army soldiers insisted that she was suffering from dehydration, and the other wrestlers and their caretaker, Gary, took her to a local medical facility at the military base, When she was in the sick bay, they gave her an IV, and eventually Jimmy Hart came to check up on her. And another few hours went by in the sick bay. A U.S. Army doctor, not wearing scrubs, showed up and administered some type of medication of unknown substance into her IV. Almost immediately after, the alleged doctor in women fatigues moved her into a room that did not appear to be the treatment room and placed her on a table. And then this is where it gets very graphic.
What the fuck?
They then proceeded to violently rape and sodomize me. I was completely helpless to defend myself because the drug administered had left me temporarily paralyzed. Despite being able to control my movements or speak, I was fully conscious for every second of the attack. I felt all of the excruciating pain as a result of the man penetrating me by force.
You tell me the U.S. Army people, like these guys were like, we got this drug, let's fuck her.
It's happened before with female soldiers. So
Jesus.
Yes, it's like a propofol. I don't know. I can find the exact name of it, but
the truth serum stuff.
Kind of, and it is a anesthetic. Oh. It's something they also use in lethal injections too, like the one that it's a paralytic. They give it to you when you have surgery often too, so you don't like flail or move. And the first drug usually puts you to sleep. The second drug paralyzes you. And, but if you don't have the sedative part, then you're conscious through all of it. So you're unable to move, you're unable to talk, you're unable to speak, any of that, but you remember and feel everything. And there's even patients out there that have something called anesthesia awareness, where they have surgery and they don't go fully under anesthesia.
Well, redheads are like that. They're really...
Yeah, they're susceptible to because they have not being fully administered anesthesia. Yeah, it's for some reason it's in their genetics.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Excuse me, but they go ahead and people that have the surgery can feel every cut, tear, pull, and it's so excruciating, like a form of torture, that people end up killing themselves from the PTSD.
It's torture.
So she said the experience was a living nightmare. She's never been more helpless or terrified. It went on for what felt like an eternity, and the suffering I endured far surpassed all the injuries I should ever suffered, she said. I was not only in severe physical pain, but emotional and psychological trauma. She said she viewed herself as a fighter, and she wasn't even able to do anything, move or speak. She felt dehumanized and was disturbed by the feeling that I was given to this man as some type of sick present. And finally, Gary, who was the handler for the wrestlers, returned banging on the door. The doctor and the female guard yelled 1 minute. Gary finally, entered the room, saw that she was naked. He wrapped her still limp body in a quilt and carried her out to the Humvee and took her back to the hotel room to put her to sleep. Gary said that when she woke up, she started crying. She explained to him what happened. He notified the other wrestlers, and they were supposed to leave. Maria Kanellis came in the hotel room. She heard about what happened and was very sympathetic and nice, she said. She relayed this information to the rest of the team, and they went on to finally leave, I guess, to the next destination. And the tour was over when they were in Saudi Arabia. They were on a flight home via London, and her ticket was inexplicably missing. So their solution from WWE, because they couldn't get a hold of the travel coordinator, was to leave her in, where she was raped, in the same part there, in a hotel by the airport. So she felt very uncomfortable because she had already had issues there. She had given the burqa back to another U.S. service member. They were very rude to the women there. And the rest of the people that, the wrestlers and Gary, they left. They got on their flight and left. So she was there by herself. She was able to call a friend who worked as a travel agent and got a emergency flight home. When she returned home, she met up with a Dr. Rios. He set a meeting up, apparently with Vince, Kevin Dunn, John Laurinaitis, and several other company executives and lawyers that I had never met. They were all present in this meeting that I was called to. Vince led the meeting with these men and asked me to recount what happened in Kuwait. He then said it was not in the best interest of the WWE for me to make the information about my attack public. She said I was completely traumatized at that point, and I just agreed. It was clear that there had already been a conversation, that they had reached a decision on their own prior to consulting with me. There was not a debate, but rather Vince instructing me to keep this confidential.
Jesus.
So Vince apologized for what she went through. He said that not to let one bad experience ruin all the good work that they were doing overseas with the military.
I get that part of it, like, but unfortunately, I get that. But this is a
heinous.
Yeah, this is a different circumstance.
Yeah, and I don't think, if handled in the right light, this would have ruined relationships with the military. It just would have sought out one bad apple or one bad group, because this was happening to female soldiers and female citizens over in Kuwait as well. And, PTSD is no joke. She said that she suffered from depression already. She suffered from painkiller addiction because of the painkillers they put her on in the time with the WWE. And the depression from all this with the PTSD.
Who's the person who wrote this?
This is her account.
She wrote this?
She wrote this all out. This is a sworn and signed affidavit from her. This was signed off on by a judge that oversaw the case through her lawyer, signed under the penalties of perjury on November 1st. This is signed by Ashley Massaro. And it was let me go back here. It's to Honorable Vanessa Bryant.
All right. You have to be some kind of crazy type of individual to make that up, and for that to.
This was known beforehand, but she was. Now apparently WWE or somebody had said that when she died, right, like the day that she died, maybe somebody knew that this was going to come to light, because WWE and other people had said that Ashley Massaro sent them an apology for the lawsuit. Did you hear about this?
No.
Let me pull up the exact quote. So, WWE had said that they had received an emailed apology, and she went ahead and Ashley apologized for ever being involved in this lawsuit. So WWE released a statement following Massaro's passing where they revealed an email that they claim she sent to them last October in 2018, where she apologized for suing the company. However, her attorney says that this is totally fabricated and an outright lie. He told that to the New York Post today.
What the fuck?
So the original story says, long after Ashley filed an affidavit, which WWE only learned of the contents after she passed away. See, they only learned of what she said after she passed away.
Right.
They said that Ashley sent an email to WWE on October 20th, 2018, 1 month after the court dismissed all claims against WWE and sanctioned the lawyer who brought the suit for misconduct, including pursuing false allegations. Below are a number of excerpts from her letter to WWE. So she said that you were all my family the whole time I was there. This lawsuit got out of control very fast. I had been roped in by the lawyer representing others. I apologize that I was part of this class action lawsuit and knew it was a bad idea, but was convinced. And I want to acknowledge that I should have been contacted you guys before agreeing to be involved.
We heard about that. That wasn't that long ago. You're right. And then
it was in October.
Yep.
Can you express my sincerest regret to Vince, Stephanie, Hunter, and Kevin Dunn? So, but we never heard from her whether or not she sent this. This is just what WWE had said. And the lawyer here says that she was being represented by me. She never withdrew from my case. She never stopped being my client, and her case is currently pending. It's not a credible statement that she sent an email refuting the case. And the case is still active. Now, however, another case that this lawyer has against WWE was dismissed because they said false claims, but these claims were proved against him. So
why is this lawyer? This is always the guy who's going after them. This one lawyer has been going after them for a while.
That's the thing. That's what makes this. That's what everybody's using as the smoking gun against Ashley. But
he's like an ambulance chaser for the WWE.
Yeah, I mean, he saw. I guess to me, my opinion here, not fact. It seems like he saw an easy way to.
Doesn't mean that her. Well, maybe he thought like, no, just say this and we'll get some kind of settlement on the side. But I'm not saying she's not lying either. I don't know. And it could be that she's telling the truth, and then this guy is always looking, like, oh, here's
the one person that could corroborate all of this, really, which I don't know if they can come out, is Maria Kanellis, because she said that she confided in Maria.
Really?
She in the affidavit itself,
it
says that because her and Maria were both overseas when this happened.
Yeah.
And she said that Maria came to the hotel room when she told her everything that happened. So,
well, they better start giving Mike that push now, motherfuckers.
Well, that's and that's.
I mean, Maria has been all over.
What happens?
Maria's been all over Instagram posting about her and love for her and all these things. So.
Yeah, because right here it says that I was reading it before, but they WWE and whatnot overseas didn't allow her to go for any type of rape kit or anything like that. Where is it here? I want to find where it says that Maria joined her. Here we go. Shortly after I awoke, Maria appeared in my hotel room. She had heard from Gary that when he picked me up from base, my body was limp and my speech was impaired. I explained to her that I was injected with an IV of unknown substance which left me unable to move or scream, and then was sexually assaulted. She was very sympathetic and nice when I told her what had happened. She then relayed this information to Jimmy, Ron, and Gary. So she was the one to try and get her home. Maria Kanellis. So, I mean, the whole thing is a terrible thing. And people are so quick to be like, oh, this didn't happen, prove it. Or it did happen. You know, I don't know either which way. But it would, a lot of, if it did happen, all right, we don't know about the sexual assault. But everything else is absolutely true, because there's testimonies previously about her not receiving any wrestling training and the multiple concussions that were never treated.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes on to later talk about CTE and I want to find it here. Classifications as an independent contractor, how WWE never helped with any of the medical bills. The only thing they did do was give her a 45-day treatment plan for the rehab that she blames them for, because they used painkillers to keep her working when she was in pain. Wow. She worked while she was still in a cast right out of surgery, and they would increase the amount of painkillers that she was on to keep her functioning in the ring.
Jesus.
She also says that I had never heard of the terms TBI or CTE mentioned ever before. Even after I was literally knocked out for 5 minutes, not only did I not receive treatment, but I was told to brush it off. The closest thing to education or treatment that I can recall receiving about once per year
gonna need treatment.
Was we had to get EKG tests, and that's it. Wow. And that was mandated by the state regulations. She said that this was around the time that Benoit had committed his tragedy and was later diagnosed with CTE. So there is no question WWE had knowledge of these risks. Since WWE was aware of the injuries I had sustained, they had an obligation to contact me and at the very least inform me of the risks I face today. To this day, I'm battling the long-term health effects of my career from WWE. So all the physical injuries, she goes on, she talks about, multiple surgeries, the fact that she still needed her meniscus repaired in her knee to this day, but couldn't afford it due to financial issues.
I mean, she must be the most injured, she must have been the most injured person who ever wrestled 3 years ever.
She was beat up pretty badly. She had multiple concussions.
She shouldn't have been wrestling is what it is. She just shouldn't.
She never should have wrestled. She had no idea how, she never, when she won the Diva search, from everything she said, she thought that they were going to have her win and then go teach her how to wrestle, or never put her in a wrestling thing. Like she was just supposed to be like a model.
Yeah.
And she thought originally it was like a modeling competition, I guess, in the wrestling.
That's so.
And they told her repeatedly that she was going to be a face. Like not a good guy. I'm saying like the face of the company.
I can't even believe they did stuff like this. They put people like this in the ring. And I remember at the time we thought this. We were like, this person doesn't even know what the fuck they're doing.
And it was obvious. I mean, she wasn't meant to be in the ring. And as nice of a person as she was.
Well, and that's because for years we saw actual performers. So when you see this just jobber off the street, you're like, who the fuck is this person? They don't know how to wrestle.
Even when you go back to watch like the highlight videos that YouTube has from WWE that they put up, she's just clunking all over the place, and it's not a knock on her. It's just it's like throwing me in there. I wouldn't know what I'm doing.
No, yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't know how to take a bump safely. And she said WWE used narcotics as a tool to allow me and other wrestlers to perform through our injuries. If we took enough pills, the pain went away temporarily, and we were able to wrestle. This worsened our injuries and required us to take more pain medications next time to decrease the tolerable level. And the quantity of pills we were given and the strengths of the dosages were so high that after the injuries healed, our bodies were addicted to the medication itself and would be in pain without the medicine. This became a vicious cycle, and it was exacerbated by repetitive head trauma. I fell victim to this cycle myself and developed an addiction to pain medication. After I required the revisionary surgery in 2010, this is after she left WWE, it got worse. I then sought help for my addiction. I worked with Ann Russo Gordon, a manager of the WWE Talent Relations Department, who ran the former talent rehab program. I underwent treatment through the program. WWE paid for this. I remained in the treatment program for 42 days. So the only thing that they did offer is alcohol rehabilitation and drug assistance program. She also talks about the mental deficits and disabilities that she faced after the fact. She said besides the rehab treatment, the only other things she received were royalties on a minuscule amount that could not begin to cover any of my required medical care. She had to use Medicaid or Medicaid to actually help with some of her expenses. And she wanted WWE to help with her medical expenses here. So it didn't seem to be like she was looking for money. Everything that she's explaining, that she was looking for medical aid.
Yeah.
And then she said, as a result, it has caused me severe ongoing emotional distress, financial hardship, and bouts of depression.
That's just awful. I can't even believe she's dead. Like, I can't even believe like someone like her.
Yeah, she said, I suffer from depression, for which I take medication. I have migraine headaches and severe short-term memory loss. I have been receiving medical treatment for these problems since the day I left WWE and am still undergoing treatment. I attribute these issues to my work-related injuries sustained while working for the WWE, and specifically to the routine repetitive blows to the head I received in the ring and over the course of my care, which was not properly diagnosed or treated, despite WWE's admitted had and has always has a duty to take all reasonable steps to protect the health and safety of its performers. So again, she talks about repetitive brain trauma, and then she talks about, it's a human being at the end of the day. She shouldn't have been wrestling.
Yeah, she should not have been wrestling. I mean,
she never should have been wrestling. If they wanted to find a pretty face, they should have gone, to look for indie wrestlers, things like that, people that were trained. And anybody says, are we not moving on? This woman dealt with, horrendous injuries and awful things. Whether the rape existed or not is besides the point. WWE should have been responsible for her care with putting her in precarious situations that she wasn't prepared for, that she, was essentially forced into because she said she had signed a contract at that point.
You know what? They just do this with so many people that they never thought, like, oh, man, this is going to be a problem someday. It's like they just did it. Everybody else had to do this a lot of type of stuff. I mean, nobody else was drugged and raped if that's what happened. But let's take a phone call real quick, and then I will go to the donations I know have been hanging there. If you guys want to donate, you know where the links are, and we'll play the shit. 213, what up? You got to turn your radio, your YouTube, your laptop, your sound down, so I can put you guys on the air, so we don't have to listen to 30 seconds of echoing. Let me tune over to the donations.
Super Chat.
Spaz Phoenix.
Party.
What up, Spaz?
Can we take Trash's skanks and toss her off the cliff of Vormir to try and get Ashley Massaro back?
Let's go. Let's drag her down there. Let's see what happens. Not my Sasha though, man. I love my Sasha. Masande, or whatever the fuck her name is. Thank you, Spaz Phoenix. What the fuck? I'm such a shithead. Spaz Phoenix, thank you, man. I really appreciate that, dude.
Get the soul stone.
Put the soul stone in my ass. Goddamn, put her fucking titties in my ass. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got.
Party.
Bring it on. I'm ready.
Joe, pour honey all over my balls.
Oh. What the fuck? Red Comet, man. What the fuck? What in the motherfuck? Thank you, Red Comet, man. That's not what I was expecting to hear, but Red Comet, man, you make my ball sack go round. Thank you, Red Comet, man. It's fucking weird. You know what? I like it. Let's see what else we got here. Red Comet Man. And then after Out of Nowhere tonight, I'm sticking around to hang out. And maybe. I think so. We'll see what happens. Hey, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. I appreciate it. MD Maiden. What up, Maiden? Maiden! Oh, God, my voice is so fucked up. That just murdered me. Holy shit, that hurt. I know there's some more coming. Here we go.
Super Chat Party.
Hi, Joe and Jake Poo. Much love. Pooh's face blowing a kiss. Pile of poo.
That's our friend, Penny the Pooh. Penny the Pooh. Penny the Pooh. Brown weird stuff comes out your anus. Penny the Pooh. Ooh, Penny the Pooh. I'm sorry. Okay. The fucking Penny the Pooh. Our buddy who was here the other day too, man. Oh my God! I just fucking hung up on him by accident.
Whoops.
Oh my God.
Super Chat Party.
If WWE doesn't get the ratings up, can Fox pull out?
I don't know. I don't know what's in the contract. I don't think so.
From what I read previously, no, but they can reduce the amount of time. There's a contingency for years that they signed. I think 5 years can go to 3, and then because WWE said they can't be put on the minor network, like if things went bad, they can't move from Fox to Fox Sports 1, but they don't have to extend their contract. It's like a temporary trial. So,
yeah. Well,
things don't go well, they can be removed.
Chat Party.
Spaz Phoenix, what up?
In 6 months, when AEW T-shirt company fails, Dean Ambrose and Neville would be the WWE House Show Jobberweight Tag Team Champions.
You think so? Oh man, that would be wild. I'm sorry, I tried to take your phone call again, man. Give a call back, and we'll try to get you back on here again. 256. A lot of phone calls coming in. Feel free to give a call and try to get on, and if not, just keep trying later on, and we'll try to get you on as well. And thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that shit.
Also, I heard Dragon Gate didn't want Pac losing at all, and why didn't WWE let us know Ruby Riott was injured? Would have been nice to know that. We were wondering why she wasn't at Money in the Bank.
That's a good point. That is a great point.
Yeah,
And,
poor thing. She just let her fans know that she went through the first of 2 surgeries successfully.
She's done for a while.
Yeah, she had her shoulder operated on. She showed on Twitter and Instagram that she made it through the first surgery, and she's got 1 more to go.
Oh, shit. Thank you, Spaz. Eric.
I want Joe and Jake to be inside me. Love you guys. Keep up the great fucking work. God damn it.
Eric the Muffin Man. Yo, what up, Eric the Muffin Man? Thank you very much for the $3.72. Appreciate that shit, man. You're a beast. And we're going to get to a couple more, I believe, before we move on here. See what else everybody else is saying here. And then we will get to the calls. I'm going to put you guys on mute real quick and let this next one come in. 540. Just hang on a minute, man. We'll get you on in a second. Eric the Muffin Man, thank you, bro. Eric the motherfucking Muffin Man. He is a beast. He was always born a Muffin Man. He's always queefing out the muffins. And you got to respect that, man.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
I'll be watching Deba or Nothing on Saturday. Hope she's entertaining. Admission tickets, Deba.
Mike Litteris. Thank you, Mike Litteris. Who else would it be that would say that? Mike Litteris, what's up, man? Good to hear from you as always, you beast. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you so much. We got let's see, we got ourselves 5 Mike Litteris, thanks for the donation, dude. We got ourselves 540 on the phone, on the line. What up, bro? Hey, 540, what up?
Give me a hell yeah!
Jesus Christ.
DDT has a title that is similar to the 24/7 title where objects have won the title like a ladder which fell on the champion and won and a dog has won the title.
That's kind of funny. Bastard Pac, thank you for the 316, Bastard Pac. That's fucking hilarious. I mean, fuck
The
it.
refrigerator is champion.
The fridge is now the champion. No, that stuff is retarded, though. I don't like that. That's... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny.
That's what it's going to turn into.
Well, I remember we did a backyard thing back in 7th grade, by the way. I was in 7th grade. It was like 1997. And I said, whoever gets hit with the steel chair first, that person loses. And what happened was the guy was running towards me, and he trips, and he was doing this to be funny, and he didn't even think about it. He trips and runs into the chair and smashes himself in the stomach with it and falls over. So when I was doing the commentary later on the VHS tape to tape, I was like, wait a minute. If he just hit himself with the chair and then hit Cronin with the chair, then wouldn't he be the... Well, never mind. You know, like it was just something stupid, but like what you just described, I mean, kind of funny, but if it happened more than once, it wouldn't be. We got... Now let's try again. 856, I think, is on the phone this time.
What's up? It's Luke Rojas. How you doing?
Luke Rojas. What up, Luke?
I'm doing good. I'm doing as good as a faggot can. You know what I mean?
As who? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, hey, I know a lot of them.
I mean, you would know, right?
Yeah. I mean, they sniff me. I sniff them out. They sniff me out, man, and we just scratch each other. That's how I met Leah. I mean, her brother found me because he's gay, and he found me. And then he was like, "Oh, wait, you ain't." I could smell you, and I thought you were one of us. And I said, "No, unfortunately."
He really thought you were
one
gay.
time in college.
Yeah.
He really thought you were because he kept sucking his dick, and then like when he found out you weren't, he was like, "What?"
He was like, "Wait a minute,
You know what I mean?
My
what's
wife's
this?"
got that gay best friend. I said, prove it.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love the gay guys. I'm down with them.
Sometimes I wish I was gay so I can use that as a victim card.
Jesus.
You know, I'm trying to get all the things that like make me vulnerable to other people so I can use it against them like later on in their life.
Yeah.
And like
Brilliant.
and fired from their job, hopefully.
It's good to know
really
that at
want
a young age. Game the system.
This is kind of genius, you know, to be honest. I mean,
He's adapting.
Joe, if you're smart about this, you can use this whole PC culture to your advantage.
Oh,
you got to come out
I did.
as a trend.
I already did once. I did it for Tommy NC once. I used I said, Tommy, don't attack them. Tell them that you're going to kill yourself.
Well, what'd you get from that? All he did was shit on you for the next few weeks.
No, I know. Hey, in the end, it didn't help me at all. But hey, I got what I wanted out of him getting. Those other guys, Keemstar and Leafy, pissed me off so much that I was just happy to see them like all fucked up. And then that pretty much killed Leafy's whole fucking life after that.
You should come out as like a trans, like pansexual person. And start wearing a fucking wig with like lipstick and shit and eyeliner, and start going like, if anybody hates my videos or dislikes me, you obviously hate the LGBTQ community or whatever fucking amount.
Yes, yeah, I should do that. That's what everybody else does.
Driven losers.
You'll automatically get on trending, you know.
Yep.
That's all they care about.
Well, and I'll be using society and the whole situation to my advantage. So yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You and Leah both transition. She turns into a guy. You turn into a girl. And
ooh, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
Roles.
Exactly. See, now you can make millions. This is why I should be your sidekick, Joe. I've got so many ideas how to ruin other people's lives.
Yeah,
because it used to be people just wanted to live their lives in peace. Now you have to game the system to get ahead, you know?
Here's how you can get back at Tommy C. Bomb Germany, all right?
Tommy C. I talked to him the other day. He's all right now.
Yeah, he's a faggot.
Oh.
Hey, Joe, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
My sister, she watches the show. It's her birthday today, and I wanted you to see if you could shout out for her. Say happy birthday.
What's her name again?
Yes.
What's her name again?
Cassidy.
How old is she?
22.
Cassidy's 22? Wow. Cassidy, happy 22nd birthday. I hope you get fucking drunk, and then I hope you find a guy with a big cock that can just slam the hell out of your hole and just give you an orgasm that's unbelievable while you take shots at a bar somewhere. Eye-rolling goodness.
Oh, well, she won't find anybody who's got a big cock. Her boyfriend's Asian, so.
Oh. So she's like Sasha Banks.
Well, no, because she's not as big as a brat, you know?
No, yeah, that's well, I get that, but yeah, I know I get it. Oh, well, happy birthday.
Is there more news about Sasha Banks having like a mental breakdown or whatever? Like
the funny thing that I heard was that they offered her the Money in the Bank win. And she still passed it up. So to be spiteful, they immediately gave it to Bayley and gave Bayley the title in the same night.
That's
great. My God, that is
now,
hilarious.
people say, "Oh, that's not spiteful. They were just going to elevate Bayley, and that's why they made it kind of obvious." But it seemed like Mandy, or I don't know.
I don't care if you're spiteful, WWE. WWE can be funny as shit sometimes of how dickish they can be.
Yeah, like the troll job here is hilarious.
I think that shit's hilarious. Like, that's exactly what I would do if someone pissed me off. Like, oh, you're not going to show up to work? Even after we've offered all of this shit to you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, your best friends get it.
Yeah. Well, I heard this Sunday before the pay-per-view went live that they had offered Sasha the Money in the Bank victory.
Oh my God.
And that she was still unwilling to
I remember you saying
return.
that. I rember you saying that, and then Bayley gets it, so it's like they were
But I
worried
didn't know
Bayley was
going to
win.
But now Brad Shepard said this. He said the company originally wanted to place Sasha in that match and have her win, but that didn't happen. The situation with Sasha was quiet as of last week, and she's still expected to remain in the company and will eventually return, as I've reported. That's what he said. I heard that they offered her the win. She still passed it up, and now they're done trying. They don't want to go anymore. They're just going to have her write out her contract, and she's trying to find a way to, go through litigation if she has to get out of her contract.
Yeah, that was one thing we definitely heard, yeah.
So
I don't get it. Like, Sasha's being paid like $500,000 a year or something like that. Like, I know it sucks, but compared to other people's jobs, these wrestlers have it better than most people. You're getting paid at least six figures or whatever. Just show up to work for a few years, like everybody else has to do.
Like I get the people that are making like 60 to 80 a year that can't afford, but Sasha's at the level where she's making all the hotel money and all that stuff. She's probably actually making $500,000 a year because her merchandise is covering her hotel shit probably. So she's got a different situation than like Leo Rush. I get Leo Rush being like, man, I can't.
Leo
live
Rush
like
wasn't
this.
getting any merchandising,
and
that was his big complaint, that he wasn't getting his merchandising stuff with his name and catchphrases on it. He wasn't receiving any of.
Go ask Ricardo Rodriguez.
Sasha, she was getting so much in royalties, it was insane. I heard.
Yeah, so there you go.
I heard she was getting 4 times in royalties what she did in her yearly salary.
That's crazy.
But Jake, they didn't book her character right. They didn't give her a fake title. This is why I don't like when wrestlers complain on their podcasts with their best friends, like CM Punk did. Because first of all, I get why CM Punk quit. It was the medical reasons. The medical reasons make perfect sense to me. Him quitting though, that he had to go face Triple H at WrestleMania and go over on him. I didn't feel bad for him at all. Oh, you have to go over Triple H at WrestleMania? Boo fuckity who, dude.
Yeah, did they book him unfairly towards the last? Yeah, they messed up. Even when he had that great length title run, it wasn't a great run. It was memorable because of how long he held the belt, but most of his defenses were bullshit.
I thought that reign was great, especially when it was a heel. Like, oh, he had such a... Dude.
Well, he was faced for a good portion of it, and he was going against people like Ryback, Del Rio, and it was like, a lot of it was boring.
Actually, no, he didn't. He had that great feud with Chris Jericho,
That
then
was
he had
great.
a great feud. Then he had a great feud with Daniel Bryan.
Undertaker had that little one.
Then he turned heel, and he had a great feud with John Cena. Then he faced Ryback, who was a fucking mongoloid in the ring.
Yeah.
And then he lost to The Rock. And then what he did after he did a loss to The Rock, he went against The Undertaker. And then he left for a little while because he got his feelings hurt that he lost.
God damn, Rojas. How do you remember all this? Rojas got the whole fucking thing down. You know the whole fucking lineage.
Then he had a great feud with Chris Jericho when he came back and won. Then he got in a feud with Paul Heyman, went one-on-one with Brock Lesnar in the best match at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Then a little shittier of a feud at the end of the couple of months, whatever. And then he was booked to go over at on Triple H at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
And he quit.
Yeah, because
Booking-wise,
everything happened with the Rumble and shit. Yeah, it was the Summer of Punk when he faced Del Rio that sucked. You're right about that. It all kind of blends together, but still, I wasn't huge in the whole length and of the run, and it's just
he's last place in fucking MMA tournaments, so I hope he dies.
Yeah, I mean he's not made for the MMA world.
I can do it, man.
I miss him like crazy. I wish he would return. He was made for wrestling. He was great on the mic. He was really good in the ring.
Well, now he's going to make waves
if
he ever comes back anywhere. I mean, we all know this. It's going to be a big deal, like no matter where.
Oh, absolutely. It's been so long now that fans are. He's been joking around with people on Twitter, saying, like, "Oh, AEW confirmed." Anytime people say something to him, so.
Why do people want him back? He hates you people. He hates wrestling. He hates you fans.
He hated the fans when he was wrestling.
He shits on you wrestling fans all the time. Like, he doesn't care about you. He hopes every one of you get cancer and die. Because, like, every time he gets introduced as former WWE wrestler, he gets angry because, oh my God, they recognize me as a man who made millions of dollars in wrestling. I'm so ashamed. You know what, CM Punk? I hope your fucking wife gets, like, some kind of vaginal disease, you fucking
oh my God.
piece of shit.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Get your slick back there.
I hope his brother steals his... I want
you put it on him.
I want his brother to steal his piggy bank again.
Dude, he's a fucking psychopath, too.
He is kind of a psycho.
He was yelled at Hornswoggle or whatever. He stopped being friends with Hornswoggle because he asked for somebody else's number. He disconnects his life from anybody who works in WWE. He's just a fucking petulant little child, and the fact that so many people like him, I think you're fucking stupid. This guy, I mean, he's good in the mic. He's not that great. I mean, compared to people in the Attitude Era, CM Punk, the only thing he can do, to me at least, is he broke the fourth wall. Like anybody else can do that now. John Cena did it better. He does it a lot better than CM Punk. Everybody's breaking the fourth wall now in promos, and I blame you, CM Punk, because that's why wrestling sucks nowadays. Because everybody has
wall breaks makes wrestling suck. When it's done right, it works great.
You know what?
My God! Oh my God! He said heel. He said mark. Wow! I'm fucking.
I don't consider that fourth wall breaking. I just consider that to be more insider.
It makes the hardcore fans get an erection. That's all they want. It's like it's a cheap pop. It's like saying the name of a city.
I got exclusive news. You want the exclusive news? This is gonna.
CM Punk's dead?
This is gonna. No, CM Punk is not dead yet. This is gonna blow Luke Rojas's mind. Listen to this. Ready? Everybody, it's going out there to the world. All the wrestling sites, and everybody's gonna want to know about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Famous B has been released from his contract finally from Lucha Underground. Famous B is free to go anywhere he wants. Details of whatever is going on in the courts, we don't know, but we do know that Famous B has been relieved of his contract by Lucha Underground, so Famous B is free to get the hell out of here since they've frozen everything in Lucha, and everybody wants the hell out of that place. So
at least he got out of his contract, thankfully.
Yeah. That's what
Jack
he wanted.
Swagger's still the champion.
That's think about that.
He's going to defend the belt.
But hey, Famous B, he's a free agent. Let's see what happens. AEW.
I'll probably get shot by the cops.
Oh my God! What the hell? I can't wait till he sees this video. What up, Famous? He actually told me that earlier and was like, you can go ahead and tell everybody first. I was like, all right, cool. He gave me the
Famous
exclusive.
B, which gang are you a part of, the Crips or the Bloods?
Oh, my. Jesus Christ. Anything else, Jay? Well, we should probably hang up on Rojas now, but this was a great call, Rojas. Thank you for not being a mongoloid and knowing how to use a phone. Good job.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't play the video while I was talking to you. I really should sound more like a mongoloid when I call in.
Yeah, you really got to get that better.
All right.
Get that shit down. I love you too. Get that shit down. You can't love me until you're 18. Okay.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new
And I leave Leah. Slam Hub Wrestling. What's up, Slam Hub Wrestling? Thank you for the follow and the subscribe.
It is nice that all the female workers and wrestlers that worked with Ashley Massaro are reaching out and trying to create a GoFundMe for her daughter.
The Bear will win the 24/7 champ.
Red Comet Man, thank you for the $2. Yeah, it could be the Bear. Red Comet, thank you. Wait a minute, you're saying there's another GoFundMe, or this is
no. This is the one that they made them. We just haven't brought it up on the show.
Super Chat Party.
Who's better, Tony Storm or Rhea Ripley?
I like Rhea Ripley. I like them both though, but Tony Storm, something about her annoys me. But anyway, I don't know.
I can't put my finger in it. On it. Yeah, they said every dollar raised will go into an official college savings plan for Lexi's continued education. Mick Foley donated $5,000. Lillian Garcia donated over 1,000 so far. I know Natty donated. I think
what we should do is we
we
should get everybody to chip in, and then actually never mind, because I actually don't do that. I stopped doing that a while ago.
About to get it, man.
Yeah.
ADTR, what up?
Oh, no.
Always turns into a problem.
You guys hear about Bray Wyatt once Slipknot unsainted as his new theme entrance? That would be awesome.
That'd be great. And,
I saw
Corey Triple
liked
H tweeted out when they released the song, saying like, "Oh, this is their next big single." They already have their previous single, All Out Life, as the theme to NXT, the weekly show.
I actually like that song better.
Yeah, I could certainly see it working out for them to do this, so that'd be great. And speaking of Bray, really quick, like we said, the GoFundMe's up there if anybody does want to contribute.
Go check it out, man. Go drop some couple bucks,
I'll get over in a second, but WWE, the big point through all of this lawsuit madness is that WWE put out a huge statement.
Oh, shit.
My name is Kane and I'm donating
Why did Varg kill me? We were making true Norwegian black metal. We were mayhem. Burned churches and hailing Satan. Also Rip Ashley.
You're anonymous. Thank you for the donation. I can't believe you brought up mayhem. Wasn't that the guy that ate somebody's head or something? That guy was crazy, dude. That guy went to jail. He went to fucking jail.
That's nuts.
So, it was something like that, or another band with what the hell was the name of them? Anyway, thank you for the donation. God, it was no, I thought it was. If it wasn't mayhem, it was Death, wasn't it? Death, the guy that killed somebody.
They're going to need more than dim lights and black and white graphics to be edgy in the third hour.
Yep.
Could you imagine if they let people blade once in a while? I know it'll never happen, but fuck, I'd stay awake knowing they were willing to do that shit.
Yes, I agree. Seriously, like that, all that stuff adds to things. You're like, what? I might see something. Now it's like, I'm not gonna see shit. I'm going to bed. Fuck this fucking shit.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like now. So it's unfortunately garbage nowadays. So, but I do agree. Thank you, the crippler cunt face. We have
a name.
We have some fucking great names, man. Anyway, Jake, anything else you want to do?
Yeah, they released this huge statement saying that obviously they're saddened by the passing of her, and they said that, however, we regret that her attorney, Konstantin Kairos...
Super Chat
I forgot I left the donations on. Hang on a second.
CM Punk returns and punches Shane in the face. Goat.
Boom! The Chosen One.
Best
Thank you,
in the
Chosen
world.
One.
Yeah, really.
What's up, bitch?
Have him say best in the world then. They said that they regret that her attorney, Konstantin Kairos, who filed multiple cases against WWE, lost all of them and was sanctioned multiple times by the court for repeated misconduct and false allegations. They said he's using her death to further his malicious campaign against WWE by releasing an affidavit that she submitted to the court and later apologized to WWE for being involved with. So we wish to make certain things crystal clear. So they're saying that he's the one that released the affidavit after she died to kind of prosper. Because it is, obviously this affidavit wasn't released until it was a sworn statement. So, he had access to it. Now, once she passes away, it suddenly appears.
Well, this
isn't something she wanted made public. So the WWE continues. They said at no time was Vince McMahon or anyone else informed by Massaro or anybody else that she had been sexually assaulted, drugged, raped, or sodomized by a military doctor while on the Goodwill Tour in 2007. If she ever articulated such a claim to WWE, we would have reported it immediately to the base commander. At no time was there ever a meeting with Vince, Kevin Dunn, John Laurinaitis, or any other company executives in which she told them of such a claim and was instructed to keep it quiet. So, they addressed everything head on, saying that it is not true. Any of the allegations are completely false.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Like I said, you never know with these things. It's going to be a back and forth. She doesn't have a chance to say she said anymore. It's just going by what she wrote previously.
And you don't know if she said some things and then backed out of it, and then it did happen, and then she tried to say something about it, and then felt bad again, and then backed out of it. And so
the only thing that it sounds like is to me, I think all of this happened. I think it's legitimate, but I think that she didn't plan on suing them because of it. I don't think she ever planned on suing the WWE or getting involved in this lawsuit.
Right.
And I think she was approached and got wrapped up into the lawsuit and then apologized to them saying hey, listen, you guys were always, my family, and I didn't want this to turn into this. The lawyer really wrote me into it. And he is a slime.
Right.
He is.
Well, are they all pretty much? So, yeah.
Well, exactly. But
you have slime ball on slime ball on slime ball here, except for maybe Ashley. And even Ashley's done some questionable things before.
Exactly. So, no one has their hands clean. But basically, it comes down to the fact of I think everything that she had in that affidavit happened. And then the lawyer used this affidavit to add it to his lawsuit and took advantage of a precarious position. I don't think that she planned it getting involved in that full-on lawsuit the way it was planned. So I don't think she intended certain things to be used like they were.
That's crazy.
At least by the way her apology is addressed. But now we'll never know. She's gone, unfortunately, and really what it all comes down to is that there weren't really many signs. She sent out all the fan mail. She was still connected to people, and she looked happy on the outside. So it all comes down to, if you're feeling something, say something. Mental health is no easy matter.
Yeah, it's awful that nobody had any clue of this. It's another one of those. It's weird. It's another one of those nobody saw it coming type of deals. Especially recently. Maybe. I wonder who was friends with her that knew about this potential thing, if anybody knew. Her doing this.
And some of the truth could be corroborated. And again, there's no way to prove it at this point. If any, like I said, Maria Kanellis, if she ever came out to say, yeah, she did confide in me, she did, tell me what happened, then I think that's the only way you'll ever have close to.
This story is making me want to kill myself, too, to be honest. This is just...
backstage heat on the women involved in the Money in the Bank match, especially their live, they focused on just what was going on in certain aspects. The women were even kind of rehearsing the next spots in the corner while on the ground. So while they were having a stunt happening in the ring, you could see them going over what was going to happen next in the ring, outside of the ring.
What?
I kid you not.
With each other?
Points. Yeah. You could tell that they were prepping for what was going to happen next. That's outside weird. Of the ring. That's how, I don't know, unprepared. I don't know the right word, because it's apparently WWE gave the women the weekend off so that they could rehearse this, and it just looked overly rehearsed.
Yeah.
It said It was reported days prior to Money in the Bank that WWE had given all the 8 women the weekend off to practice the spots from the match. The contest did seem rehearsed, as many moments didn't pan out naturally. It was a lackluster bout, and all the effort of the women involved was all there to be seen. WWE officials weren't high on the match, as disclosed by, the Oh You Didn't Know podcast.
I didn't think it was that bad. Did
He
you
said
think it
when
was
discussing
bad?
the women's Money in the Bank match, a source in WWE told me the women didn't do well. They
What?
weren't high on the performance in the match. No, it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't great either. I mean, it wasn't a botch fest like, women's matches and things of that prior, but there were certainly spots that didn't look great. And I also think like Carmella and Mandy, their interaction wasn't great. So it looked very, very, very rehearsed. And I think that was it didn't have a natural flow to it. I could see that being said. Live, I mean, it was still fun, but it wasn't like years prior where you see the women get into a match and it was, a total disaster by any means. It was fun to watch live, but I don't know. You didn't have to be a smart wrestling fan to notice. I mean, there was even the girl next to me who was believing everything, and she's like, "Oh, look at that! You can tell they're setting up down there." And they were rehearsing what was coming next by the stairs.
That is so weird that they were doing that. That's fucking, that's fucked up.
It was really weird at times. Like, there were certain moments that you could tell. You didn't have to be a super fan to see them set up for the next spot. So,
616 is on the phone. What's up?
Hey, what's up? 2 things. First off, AEW, I hope their pay-per-view falls flat on their face. I'm sick of hearing about AEW, how it's going to beat WWE. It's not going to beat WWE. I'm sick of Cody Rhodes' agenda of trying to prove he's better than everybody. And that's my second thing is, Ashley, she killed herself. She gave up on her daughter. She, in my opinion, I'm sorry, she gave up on her family.
Well, I don't want to say anything about that. Like, that's maybe.
Ric Flair issued a statement after leaving the hospital saying that the Nature Boy is home. Thank you to all the incredible staff and doctors at the Gwinnett Medical Center once again. And he said thank you to everyone. He'll be back up and wooing in no time. So at least that's some good news. And former WWE champion claims that he will save the WWE upon his return. None other than Bray Wyatt says he's on it. He's apparently going to make a big difference when he's finally back in the ring. And the WWE officials in the back are really high on him at this point in time. They've actually sent a lot of praise his way. One of the sources even said that they've thoroughly enjoyed the Firefly Funhouse. It's far better than their expectations even, were set to begin with. And they said Bray is a super talent who never got the big win he needed over the years, and that's not any fault of his own.
Wow.
So at least they're acknowledging the fact that the booking kind of screwed up the major talent that they had with him. But they labeled him as a very special talent. And I see that. We've always said that Bray Wyatt, his promos for a little bit got very samey. He kind of got into a rhythm with it. But he could have been much larger than where he was at. They just handled him very carelessly. That's when wins and losses really mattered, and they let the ball drop big time with him. Also, the WWE 24/7 Championship, immediate feedback is that the artwork and design was disappointing to people in the back, and they said that it's really just a jobber title to give those guys something to do. They know the crowd was flat as hell for the introduction of the title, and they say they cannot blame them. And I don't know if they did yet, but at the point in time where I looked earlier today, they had not put up the reveal of the title with Mick Foley announcing it on the WWE's YouTube page. So I don't know if they did yet. I'll have to check that out while I'm still looking through. But I mean, really, it all comes down to the fact that it's just giving the guys something to do. And the funny thing is, I mean, when Robert Roode was running away from R-Truth, that got almost 2 million views on the YouTube.
Right.
People are interested in the idea of it, but
I think
we'll see.
people are going to realize that they're going to come around on the 24/7 the same way that people said, like, what the fuck is Matt Hardy doing, man? Like, he's killing his career or whatever.
Yeah, they did put it up. So okay, so it's got 1.7 million views for the debut of the Mick Foley, announcement.
Awonddy in the chat. What up, Awonddy? Yo, let's play a couple more donations, get these through, and then we'll finish up.
Shit bum.
Hey Luke Rojas, Famous B says he's part of the gang that's fucking your mom.
The Unknown Comic. What up, Unknown Comic? That's fucking hilarious. You are a comedian. God damn it.
Speaking of funny,
Coop the Comedian, it could be. Maybe it's Coop's inner thoughts. Right.
Somebody said, I forget who it was online on Twitter, that they were laughing. They're like, oh, is that Charlotte? Oh, no, wait, that's R-Truth. Like, making fun of the disguise that R-Truth had.
Right.
And Charlotte was like, that's not funny at all. Like, she got really offended by it.
Really?
R-Truth was running around with a blonde wig. It was supposed to, it's a joke.
She got mad.
JD broke the fourth wall by crashing his V6 Mustang through it. Ha ha ha. Faggot.
I really hope I see him in that faggot. Is that what it said?
The way it read it. It's the way it read it. Jake, it was faggot. Like, ha 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 ha, faggot. Like, it was just funny. Oh, my God. Mike Litteris. Thanks, man. I'm going to play the rest of these, too, so we can just finish them off here. And then I'm going to play some games with Leah. I'm going to play Diablo with Leah, everybody. Holy shit.
Real throwback.
Francine. What up, Francine?
Yeah, I'm hoping I see him at NXT 25 so I could sit on him and take the air out of his lungs.
I'm hoping he tries to suck your dick.
Well, he's going to have to get me off of him.
I'll give him a big hug there. I see him. I'll give him a big hug.
Super chat.
In fact, I probably will. We will see him, so it's fuck it.
The 24/7 belt is AIDS.
I love it, man. Fuck it.
And as we started to discuss before, not just Kevin Owens, but Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, Aleister Black, a bunch of people have backed out already for the Middle East show. So.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. We knew Bryan wouldn't go.
Yeah, but obviously Sami Zayn wouldn't either, since his Syrian descent means that he wasn't allowed in the country.
Right.
But we're still not sure about Roman Reigns because he refused last time to not go.
Uh-huh.
Roman, Dean, and John Cena refused, as well as Sammy and John. So I'm curious.
What kind of leader are you, Roman? Right back. Fucking kind of leader are you?
Nothing important. But I just came back from Slayer. With Lamb of God, Amon Amarth, and Cannibal Corpse.
Holy shit.
It was fucking awesome. Sorry I missed the show.
Richard Colba, what up, man? What up, Richard? That's fucking God hates us all! God hates us all! Slayer! Sorry.
I hate Kerry King.
Really? Oh, why?
I just could never stand his style of guitar playing.
It's so weird. Like, it's weird you went after the guitar player.
Thoughts on Shawn Spears in AEW and Pac quitting?
Well, I mean, we've already talked about Pac quitting a ton. I mean, it's not that he quit. It's really just bad luck. It's not as bad as they're making it out to be. It just makes sense with his whole build right now, I think. But
plus his company, Dragon Gate, didn't want him to lose either, so it's not just him.
The people he's working with, he's trying to honor them as well. I know he did have an issue with what the fuck am I trying to say? An issue with the 205 Live belt. Didn't want to drop that either. So that's why people are making the connection.
And as far as Ty Dillinger goes, Spears, Mr. Perfect 10, great on him to be announced in the Battle Royal. So now we know that whoever wins between Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho will go on to face whoever wins the Battle Royal. And then they will go ahead.
I'm really happy that he's there, by the way.
Those will, to answer
whoever
wins
question.
the Casino Battle Royal will go on and face whoever wins Omega and Jericho. And that'll be for the AEW World Championship.
I hope he gets good music. I hope that more of these independent wrestlers do what Cody Rhodes did and get like a really cool theme song that they can kind of allow anybody to use wherever they want to go so that they have their own personality on the independents. I think that's a huge thing for those guys, that they should really see what Cody Rhodes did with his and be able to do that same thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they bought them rights to, a song if it's not made for them, or have bands
just
be
have
willing
no,
to
yeah, just dude. I mean, I make a song for somebody, but I mean, I wouldn't be very good. But like Ty Dillinger could have like a song like dun, 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 like I am the perfect 10, like something like that, like something where it's like we got the perfect 10 in it, and it's really cool and epic, and wherever he goes, it's like that's his song. Now mine was stupid, but
just play his WWE theme in reverse.
That's fucking hilarious. That is funny. Okay, well, I am finished with everything basically I think that I wanted to get to as far as this goes.
That was my last note, literally. So,
oh man, you're a naughty boy for staying up until 1, Jake. I am gonna stay on and play Diablo 3 with Leah.
Yeah, go kill it and try and get some Prime Evils, and I'll catch you guys this weekend for Monetize This. Still got the title behind me. You guys have a great night. Stay sexy. Thank you for having me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Jake, and have a good night. And you don't understand, man. This guy's suffering, and he came on to do this. Oh, now I'm trying to convince Leah. So what?
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
What's up, bitch?
Okay. I donated as Euronymous to just some laughs, but now I'm serious. That 24/7 belt looks like shit. Vince really doesn't care about his company. How would Vince Sr. think of this bullshit?
I disagree. And thank you for the donation, by the way. I'm just trying to get my thing to work. I disagree, and I thank you, Barracuda, for the donation. I disagree because they did something. It's not another W belt. You know what I mean? I'm just happy it's not another fucking W belt. So that, like, even if it is a piece of shit, I think it looks a little bit throwback. And so, I don't know. I think it's a 6 out of 10 belt, but I think that the Universal title is a fucking unimaginative piece of shit. So I like this belt better than the Universal belt. And yeah, with that, so I'm not really that upset about it, to be honest. That's just me. Let me try to call Leah, see if she's gonna pick up for me here. do 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 do. Keep fucking. No, this sucks. Oh no, I missed the goblin, you fuck. Oh, God damn this fucking typing. Leah's like, I don't want to jump on Skype. And I'm like, you have to. Like, it's such a fucking pain in the ass to type in this game. Well, guys, that does it for the wrestling talk. I'm going to have my AEW show tomorrow. So that's going to be good. It's going to be a bunch of shit going on tomorrow on my channel. I put up a 1-hour show with me and Leah, by the way. If you didn't hear that, it's up on Patreon right now. So if you're a $5 patron or above, Till Death Do Us podcast, episode number 9, I believe it is. It's kind of like that / a Morning Madness. That is up right now for you guys to download or listen to in case you missed it. It's over an hour long. It's over an hour long on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Me and Leah. A lot of people have been looking for that, so that's up there. Me and Tommy's is going to come out probably tomorrow, late tomorrow. And then I know that I keep changing things around, and that's my fault. I've been fucking things up recently. And, all that bullshit. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm just trying to get coordinated here. Fucking typing, fuck! God damn it. All right, well, I guess I will suck your ass. It's a pain in the ass when you have to type to somebody while you're trying to do a show, because you're like typing and you're like fucking trying to talk to the stream, but then it's like I have to type fucking novels about what we need to do in the game. If you just get on Skype, then fucking I can tell everything that needs to be happening over voice instead of having to fucking type the fucking thing out. We're like doing all the wrong shit here. And I ended everything on because I thought, well, whatever. Motherfucker, fuck. All right. Well, anyway, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing right now, so. I don't even know what to do right now. I like to shoot somebody, I know that.
Here we go, I'm about to get it, man. Here we go, about to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Oh, no!
Watch WrestleMania 10 last night. Best match was Owen versus Bret. Who you think was better, Owen or Bret? Long live the knot.
I mean, Bret Hart I thought was better, I guess, but obviously, but Owen was great. And yeah, I mean, dude, that WrestleMania 10 was pretty decent. It was a short WrestleMania, but it had Shawn Michaels and Razor and Owen and Bret. Those two matches were fucking awesome. I mean, everything else that happened was like stupid as shit. You know, if you look at WrestleMania 10 too, it's such a parallel to nowadays, where the two real wrestlers could steal the show, but all the bullshit other stuff that Vince was planning just came up shit, like Lex Luger and Mr. Perfect interfering and shit. Like, everything was just weird. Michael Sachs, thank you, man. What's up, brother? Steven, thanks for the host, man. What up? I'll be right back. I'm going to get this shit going. We're live on Twitch. Everybody get your ass over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. Get on over there, guys. If it doesn't work, just go to Joe Cronin JCS and we'll fuck each other.
Super Chat Party.
What up, Caitlin Robinson? Holy shit. The Katie. What up, Katie? Loogie, you a big juve me. You eat juve beans. that was the song I used for the weird diss on the YWC thing that I did. I'm just really bummed out, man. I thought Leah was going to play with me tonight and everything, and I guess she's going to bed now, so That sucks. What up? Fucking whatever. I was trying to tell her that, Ass Cheeks Poppin'. You want me to play Ass Cheeks Poppin'? I haven't heard that in forever, dude. Remember that? Remember, got them ass cheeks poppin'? That's an old thing. I don't know why, but the last couple days, everybody's been saying the ass cheeks poppin' thing to me. Not everybody, but a few people. Ass cheeks poppin', yeah.
baby.
So do those just go to Larry Funk by default?
I was gonna say,
I'll give it to him. Got a new liver.
So.
What is up with that? I put the liver in my back and it's liver fat. Yo, some kid had to die, but now I live. Crazy as fuck, crazy as shit. So when I sit down on the motherfucking toilet seat, the brown stuff starts to fall down, it starts to leak. And you know I'm not dead, I'm ready to shed the poop in my bunghole. Here it comes, ready to go. I got the ass cheeks poppin'. I got them ass cheeks poppin'. I got that doo-doo droppin'. I'm dropping poo-poo poppin', and I'm poopin' and I'm poppin' and I'm poopin' in the potty. And this is what I do when I'm drinking at the party. I grab a fucking beer and then I stare at a girl and then my asshole starts to hurl. I got the motherfucking left one rockin'. I got the motherfucking right one talking. I got that rumbling, start to rumble round. So I'm heading down to that round thing, it's kinda brown. I'm gonna drop something in the water, it might splash back. I might feel the fucking water in my ass crack. I don't care if it hits me in the underwear, cause it will dry out. Yo, but now wait for it to come out. I got that ass cheeks poppin'. I got that doo-doo droppin'. I got that poo-poo poppin'. Plop, 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 poppin' fucking tennis racket Jones. You got the raps, but how about this? Check out this, PHAT fat. Yo, I'm singing and I'm rhyming and things are getting nuts. And that's why everybody's always dropping all these bucks. Yo, Steven German, you can drop dose if you want. I can go to your mom's house and eat a cunt. Fucking Steven German look like the Monopoly dude. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You're always rude. Steven German walking down the street, nothing leaks. You got nothing going on, you don't got what might need. I got the feature with the poopy that falls out. And Steven, you got the eyes with the unibrow connects, dude. My fucking bunghole is ready to drop. If I see someone, I just bend over and squat. I let the turds hit the pavement. The police want to arrest me, but they can't enslave me, man, because I got them ass cheeks poppin'. I got that doo-doo droppin'. Drew Bar! I might just drop a motherfucking doo-doo up in your face. And if you get really mad, I might just treat you like my dad. Drew Bar, thank you so much, Drew Bar. Thank you for subbing again, man. 14 fucking months in a row on Twitch. 14 months on Twitch, Drew Bar. Wow, shit, man. We're all going over to Twitch. Come on over. I'm ending the YouTube stream soon, so get over there. Get really mad, I might just treat you like my dad. Thank you, man. I cut his throat. I killed that fucking fag. Yo, I buried his ass in the sand, and then I fucking covered him up, and now he's a dead man. And right before I left his grave, there's only one thing left to do. You know what I did, yo, I did the doo-doo. I did my ass cheeks popping on his grave. How's that taste, Dad? Now you're dead, you fucking bitch. I got them ass cheeks popping on my dead dad's grave. Ass cheeks popping. Ass cheeks popping. Yeah, baby.
So do those
ass cheeks popping. Jay Ice requests that I put this up on the Patreon, so here you go. By request, 2017. I think that's when that came out. When did I believe it's 2017. Let me see. Let me see when the file was created. July 2018. Was it really just July 2018? That doesn't seem right. Was that when Ass Cheeks Poppin' really came out? Really? Could have sworn that, because that was because of the whole Jake Paul thing, right? Didn't that go down like way earlier than that? I don't know. That was from that whole Jake Paul song.
Super chat.
Have to put these song on CD. I will buy it.
Well, you can buy it on Patreon by being a patron. There's over 60 songs downloadable from the main part, Michael Sachs. And on top of that, if you go to the music section, there's a Dropbox for over 50 other songs that aren't even heard on that part. So you can go ahead and look for that. Ass Cheeks Poppin'. What the fuck, dude? Where's trying to find a good... Oh, here we go. All right, well, you guys wanted it. Here you go. As long as you're a $2 patron or more, you have access to that song right now. As long as you're at the $2 mark or above, Ass Cheeks Poppin' is available to you now on Patreon. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, plus all the other songs. And any requests you have, I'll try to re-upload for you. And now you can just go there and hit play. Or you can go there and, or maybe not, because that's not right. What the fuck is going on with that? That file ain't right. What the fuck happened? And I got the mess.
Yeah, baby. So do those just go to Larry Funk?
Well, it's working now. Let me go make sure it's working. Oh, yeah, here it is. So now you go to Patreon. You can hit play, but if you're on a phone, you can use the arrow button to download it. Or if you're on your computer, you just right-click this orange thing here, the link, and that will download it to your computer too.
Yeah, baby. To fall down, it starts to leak. And you know I'm not dead. I'm ready to shed the poop in my bunghole. Here it comes, ready to go. I got the ass cheeks poppin'. I got them ass cheeks poppin'. I got that doo-doo droppin'. I'm dropping poo-poo poppin', and I'm poopin', and I'm poppin', and I'm poopin' in the potty. And this is what I do when I'm drinking at the party. I grab a fucking beer.
All right. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of that shit. There's a whole bunch of shit going down, 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 down. Somebody called me ugly face, and I believed them. Somebody called me ugly face. Yeah, I thought I was going to play with Leah tonight. I just wanted to play with Leah, man. I just wanted to play with her. I even said I'd get offline. I was like, yeah, I'll get off. I'll fucking end my stream. And I'll play with you offline if we can get in a Skype chat so I can talk to you. Because I just don't like typing. You know, I get it, but I don't know. You gotta love how, like, some other wrestling show out there who, like, watched me for a while before they launched their stupid channel, how they magically, after they launched their channel, were like, hey, let's do our own, like, wrestling podcast live, and let's do it right up at the same time as Joe. It's kind of weird. You could have picked about any other night, but you picked that one, huh? And, you know, they get destroyed every week, but it's just kind of funny how people do that on purpose. Like, it's like, why would you do that? Like, I don't know, you pick a different night. Any other night. Yeah, I'm just not in a good mood right now. I got to be honest. I'm really pissed off. So, even though, John, you said you would play, with me, but Incinerate Anthem, what's up in the Twitch stream? Even though you said you would play, I don't even want to play with anybody, to be honest, right now. I'm kind of just pissed off. Like, even fucking Jordan's on. I don't want to play with anybody. I wanted to play with Leah. That's all I wanted to play with. I wanted to play with Leah. And Leah got off, and now I'm pissed off. I'm actually, like, fucking depressed right now over this. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm fucking angry. I'm really angry. Because you know what's going to happen is she'll play tomorrow, like, while I'm sleeping or something, and then level way the fuck up, and then I'll come on and be like, oh, fucking... Well, I'm going to do goblin runs. So I'm going to do goblin runs, I guess. I'm going to sit here and do goblin runs and just be a fucking idiot piece of shit. That'll be fun. And now I don't want to play with anybody. I'll play with Jordan later, though. I see if Leah had played and like a couple other people had played, I would have been down with playing with everybody, but now I'm just pissed off. Now I'm just like fucking, I'm angry right now. Wow, this feels like I'm playing on speed level because I just was on my seasonal character. Everybody on YouTube, guys, get on over to Twitch now if you want to continue the fun of seeing me possibly have a flipping, like, fucking meltdown and breaking everything and losing my mind, or me just falling asleep on stream. If you don't want to miss that, get on over to Twitch right now, twitch.tv/JoeCroninJCS. Download the Twitch app, it's free. Get on Twitch and watch me play this game and be an asshole and hate people. It'll be a lot of fun. Come on, do it. Because I'm going to end the YouTube stream in a minute because I'm just pissed off at YouTube right now. But not really, because without YouTube I'd be homeless, so probably not say that. Fly me to the moon and let me play with your mom's prick. Listen to Justin Bailey. I thought Justin Bailey wasn't a loser. I thought Bailey was all laughing at me when I found the primal Yang's recurve. But listen to how salty this fuck is. Because I gave Leah the vanilla WoW key and not Bailey the vanilla WoW key.
Listen up, you fucking faggot piece of shit. I'm gonna eat your fucking cunt if you do not get me in the goddamn WoW beta for vanilla. Come on!
Wants to be in WoW beta. You don't play enough, Bailey. I don't think they'll approve your shit because you're a fake WoW. You're a fake WoW fan. You play WoW like once in a blue moon and call yourself a fucking World of Warcraft player. You're a fucking dick fiddler is what you are, Bailey. You're a dick fiddler, Bailey. I don't know what's worse, Bailey pretending to be a WoW fan or Ken pretending to be on Corrupted every week. I don't know which one. I don't know which one's worse. All right, let's see. Twitch dot. Yeah. Leah's probably fucking DMing, fucking texting Bailey or tits or something right now. That's probably why she's not playing. I was wildly gay. Bry guy, what up? I got that dude dropping. Did I clear both these places out already? We'll just do the goblin run, the goblin run, the goblin run. Do you know the goblin run? We need a rainbow goblin. We're looking for the rainbow goblin. Where is he tonight? I want the rainbow goblin so I can get cosmic wings. Well, this has been a massive fail with 0 goblins that I've seen. Which is about how it goes, you know? Oh, by the way, I got a projector screen. I wish she had had dildo to play with. Blah, 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 blah. All right, everybody. So listen, I'm out on YouTube because I want to play music. So I'm out. I got to get off YouTube. I'm going over to Twitch. Actually, we're live on Twitch right now. Come join us. Live on Twitch, guys. Thanks for watching Out of Nowhere tonight. We'll have another one next week, as always, every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. And I'll be live tomorrow night on my other YouTube channel with the Throwdown, with Thursday Night Throwdown. And then Friday night's Monetize This. Something's going to happen Friday night. I can feel it. All right, goodbye, YouTube. See you on Twitch. By the way, guys, if you guys can get a projector, if you're on a budget, this fucking projector is sick. If you are on a budget, go get a projector. Because this fucking thing is awesome. Jay Swiss, thank you for subscribing, Jay. And thank you for being subbed for 10 months in a row on Twitch. Holy shit, dude. Give it up. Give it up for him. Where's the button at?
Jay Swiss, you have officially awoken the motherfucking devil himself, El Diablo. Buenas noches, motherfucker. Jay Swiss, you my bitch.
Love you, Jay Swiss. Thank you. Yeah, this projector is insane. So after my $1,000 TV, 75 inches, got destroyed, I went and found a projector screen for $40. $40 for a 100-inch projector screen. So the screen is now bigger than the HD TV. Now, I will tell you, it only works so well because I have a great surround sound system that I got for free when I wanted it work years ago. The sound system is like $800, $1,000. So it sounds fucking awesome. And while the image isn't as good as the 75-inch LG 4K TV, even though it's not quite as good as that, obviously, because it's a projector screen, it's fucking pretty good. And it all cost fucking like $200. Like, we were playing Halo earlier. Like, it was insane. Like, I was like, this is fucking badass. This is some of the video of us watching shit on the screen. It's the Star Wars trailer. Oh, this is before the screen. I don't even have the screen up here.
Laptop.
So now my kids can't smash the screen. The kids can't smash the screen. All that shit. And also, if you're subscribed over on my Corrupted channel, I did the commentary for the RV that went completely insane earlier today in LA. And that was kind of funny. So that's been up all day on my Corrupted channel in case you missed it.
God, he went right into that car, and then he's run another red light. This driver's out of control. For some reason, the front end has been busted wide open. At least about 60% of the right side of this RV that's still making heavy turns at heavy speeds, high speeds. The right tire mangled. And here we go. Oh my goodness, he just missed an oncoming sedan. Dangling from this monstrosity as it flies 70 miles an hour through the streets of LA. The devastation is real in Los Angeles today, and oh my goodness, look at that! God, you hope everybody is okay. The innocent people who never saw this beast of an RV coming, and this poor desperation of this dog to, oh my God, it's hard to watch. But luckily the dog crawls to safety. Just a horrific scene here as this cunt
basically steals this RV and goes in that oncoming car. And what a despicable human being is behind the wheel of this RV here. And here's the moment where they attempted to make this long U-turn and just not enough. Oh, God, as it rips off the shell and the body of the RV into pieces, dangling from this monstrosity. What the fuck is wrong with me? It's like 4 minutes on my corrupted YouTube channel. What the fuck is wrong with me? Goodbye, everybody. We're on Twitch. We're going to Twitch.